Unfortunately for hockey lovers everywhere, the COVID-19 pandemic, or rather the Canadian government's response to it, really did a number on the hockey season of 2020 and 2021. However, in other countries, such as in parts of the United States, hockey kept on going as strong as ever. So, it is not surprising that some of Canada's most talented young hockey players went south to continue playing, especially those who might plan to involve hockey in their life as a career long term. This was the case with one such athletic young man, Elias Lieffers. Originally from Saskatoon, Elias went to the US in the winter of 2020 to pursue his hockey career. Upon his return to Canada in the spring of 2021, however, he was met with quite the shocker, a massive $3,500 fine. Why? Well, Elias joins me to tell us his story on how simply being unable to afford an exorbitantly priced approved quarantine hotel, and thus not booking it prior to his arrival to Canada, landed him this hefty fine, as well as a stay in a quarantine hotel made for people who had tested positive for COVID, even though he tested negative. But thankfully, that's not the end of this story. Because Elias reached out to Rebel News through our Fight the Fines campaign, he was assigned a lawyer to fight this ticket, at no cost to him, through crowdfunding donations from our wonderful Rebel News viewers in partnership with the registered Canadian charity, the Democracy Fund. Here, I also speak with that lawyer, Stephen Whitehead, who has some exciting news to share with you about this case. And who couldn't use a little bit of good news right about now? So check it out.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Well, back in kind of early 2020, there was kind of no hockey going on in Canada, basically, from everything being locked down and stuff. So that being my last year of junior hockey, I kind of needed to play somewhere if I wanted to go to school next year and kind of keep playing hockey with my life. So there was no hockey in Canada, so I decided to go down to the States for a couple months to finish my season there. So I went down to Colorado and fished the season with the Eagles and had a good couple months there. But when I flew back to Canada, I had to stay at a quarantine hotel. The Canadian government was requiring everyone to stay there 3 days before they quarantine at home exactly. And when I was coming back, they said that you need to fill out the Arrive Canada app and then also book a hotel before you flew into the country, basically.
Right.
And when I was looking at hotels, booking them for the way back, the cheapest one was like over $1,500, which was not really in my budget and I would not really be able to afford.
So $1,500 for 3 nights or for each night?
For 3 nights, yeah.
Still a lot of money. That would be a very fancy hotel any other time. So
yeah, exactly. And me being the 20-year-old I was, I didn't really have that kind of money to spare. Exactly. So when I was reading the restrictions and coming back into Canada, it said on the Canada.ca website that if you couldn't afford a hotel, then one would be provided for you. And all you had to do was follow the directions of the quarantine officer, basically. So that's kind of what I did. And I got put in a quarantine hotel basically for people who tested positive when they flew back into Canada. But they just put me there because I didn't have a hotel to stay basically. And right when I got to the room, a quarantine officer came to the hotel and then just gave me a $3,500 ticket for failure to book a hotel before I flew back into Canada. So that's
$3,500. Wow, that's that's a good chunk of change. So I'm assuming probably you were, if you were not able to pay for that expensive hotel, probably the $3,500 fine wasn't able to be paid either.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. All right. So that's where we came in and you reached out, which we're glad that you did. There's people like you all over the country receiving all kinds of different fines. So just a couple more questions. When you were at that hotel, prior to that, I assume you also had to have testing to cross the border. Did you do a PCR test? Were you negative?
Yeah, no, I was negative before I got into the flight. And then I tested right when I arrived in Canada too, and that was also negative.
Okay. And then they put you in an isolation facility with people who were positive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole other story altogether. A lot of this stuff doesn't make a lot of sense. I just wanted to clarify. So, all right. Well, we are going to be updating with the lawyer soon, but I appreciate you telling your story. If you have anything else to say to the Rebel supporters, people who are sending in donations, if you want to shout out a message while we have you for the last couple of minutes here.
Well, kind of all I gotta say is I'm very thankful for the Rebel News and what they did for me, and I'm just very grateful for the support and what I received from them. So
I'm here with Stephen Whitehead in Calgary, Alberta. He is taking care of the Elias file, and he's going to let us know a little bit on an update of what's going on. There's not much to tell, but he's going to report to you what's happening on this claim.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bunch of great news here. The Elias file got stayed on our first appearance. We're having a lot of success in dispensing with these early. That's one of the key things is with lawyer intervention on these regulatory tickets, especially because we're kind of in a new and growing area of law. There is a lot of there are a lot of procedural aspects that can be addressed early. And in this case, and in several other cases, I can even say many, we're able to dispense with these tickets right away. So it's it's a huge win. We're really happy that it's kind of gone this way, and that we're able to, with our intervention, get these kind of successes.
Right on. Well, for all of us who aren't very adept with legalese, can you let us know what a stay means looking forward in this case, Stephen?
It means it's gonzo. It's done. It's Excellent. Finito. Done. Canceled. Whatever.
Perfect. So that there's nothing moving forward, and he can move on with his life without this massive fine hanging over his head.
That's it. Yeah. Sorry. We're, I'm getting caught up in the legal jargon, but yeah.
No, it's good. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that this is a win. This is a positive thing. So thank you for your work. We appreciate very much all the work that yourself and your colleagues continue to do on these files. There's, as you said, no shortage of them. So keep up the good work and have a wonderful wintry day.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate all your donations. Thank you very much. We're getting a lot of success going.
So we can score one for the Liberty team. This is only one of many wins that Fight the Fines has seen since we started this campaign. The awesome lawyers that Rebel has teamed up with are doing an amazing job, standing for regular citizens, just like Elias. On behalf of Elias, Rebel, and our wonderful lawyers, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have and continue to support Fight the Fines, as well as our other associated legal battles. As you can see, your donations truly do make a difference in people's lives. And it certainly doesn't hurt morale for the rest of us, seeing a few wins on our side. So folks, keep your heads up, stay positive, and keep your stick on the ice. Now is not the time to quit or stand idle. For Rebel News, I'm Kelly Lamb. It is a joy to showcase the success stories of our Fight the Fines campaign. However, it's important to note, we are not done fighting at all. There are still 2,200 people fighting similar cases in court. So we do still need your help. If you are able, please consider giving a tax-deductible donation to the Democracy Fund to help others fight fines just like this at fightthefines.com.